our guests. This is the Roscoe board. It is February 4th. And let's all stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Becca,
Here.
Malco,
Here.
Teddy, here, Block,
Here.
Wright,
Here.
Sima. Gustafson.
Here. Item number 1, may I have a motion to approve our minutes from January 21?
So moved. Second.
Babcock,
Yes.
Teddy,
Yes.
Block,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Malco.
Yes.
Public comment. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to make public comment at this time? You'll have another chance if you think of something here. Moving on, President's report. I'd like to introduce to all of you Ian Roscoe. Please rise. And Ian is the newest addition, or the latest addition. Maybe the newest to our police department, but we are very, very grateful to have you with us. And so we will have Steve Holland make some introductory comments, and there will be opportunity for photo.
And swear you in here. Okay. Now raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Ian Roscoe,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
and faithfully discharge my duties
as police officer of the Police Department of the Village of Roscoe,
of a police officer of the Police Department of the Village of Roscoe,
Winnebago County,
Winnebago County,
Illinois,
Illinois,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
And family member that would like to pin him.
It's something like that.
Congratulations. Take some photos. Whatever you want to do. Come on, whatever you want. And then- Don't be nervous. Everybody's looking. Yeah. Congratulations. Dale. Where's Brown? Good, take a picture. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you are welcome to stay. But now that the important stuff is done, perhaps you want to go next door. Again, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right, let's go on to then the cash report and the bills. I direct all of you to the documents that you have. Taking a look at the cash report before you tonight. Our expenditures totaling $86,396.86. And once you add payroll to that, and you'll see the amounts there, gross wages and so on and so forth. The total amount with expenditures and payroll amounting to $197,484.34. So that is the amount that you are asked to approve this evening. Also going down further in the documents, you'll see that we had 2 salt expenditures amounting to $23,926.34. So total expenditures for approval tonight are $221,410.71. May I have a motion to pay those bills, please?
Second.
Question, comment? All right, hearing none, call for the vote, please.
Clock,
Yes.
Knight,
Yes.
Babcock,
Yes.
Malaco,
Yes.
Becker.
Yes.
What does that leave us totally?
If you are looking at the total that remains in the motor fuel fund at this point, it's $1,677,988.52. This snapshot is of February 4, the pooled checking account balance for operating expenses amounts to $7,699,184.06.
Perfect. Thank you.
Moving on, item number 6. May I have a motion to approve resolution or ordinance 2025-01, amending section 11-85, the Code of Ordinances, amending the annual licensing fees for video gaming terminals in the village of Roscoe. So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? And if you remember, that will move from $25 to $250, and the rate becomes effective the 1st of July. And once this is approved, Janelle will be sending out letters this week, beginning of next week, informing all holders of those licenses of the rate increase. Call for the vote, please.
Malaco,
Yes.
Teddy,
Yes.
Clock,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Babcock.
Yes.
Item number 7, may I have a motion to approve ordinance 2025-02 for a special use permit for continued operation of an auto body and repair business in a light industrial zoning district located at 5414 Edith Lane.
So moved.
Second.
And if you noticed in your documents, there were some stipulations as to certain things that had to be done, including an inspection. These were things that were suggested or imposed by the CBA. So we have a motion and a second.
Malaco,
Yes.
Teddy,
Yes.
Babcock,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Clock.
Yes.
Item number 8, may I have a motion to authorize and direct the creation of a document for the solicitation of proposals for the redevelopment of the property located at 111-11243 Main Street, something that we commonly refer to as the Labrie property. This is something that will fall under the purview of David Sidney's action. So may I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Questions, comments? Calling for the vote, please.
Wright,
Yes.
Clock,
Yes.
Babcock,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Malcolm.
Yes.
New business? I don't think there is any questions and reports. I'm going to, this could have come at the beginning, but we wanted to give due time to swearing in of our new officer. This afternoon, we met with Jason Godowski and Ted Doherty at Hononegah High School. Mike Wright was there, as well as Joe Anderson, a representative from David Sidney's organization. Joe and I were there. And there were questions answered about the pacing and some of the issues that are coming to the forefront regarding rolling out the Hodges Run incubator project. So Mike here is going to give a summary.
It was a really good meeting that we had today. Kind of an update to get everyone together on the same page as to how we can attempt to finish this off in phases. The target is 5 to complete at our first phase. And there was some debate on whether or not we lay all these cement pads for the number of them now, or whether we do that all later. But reason we're the majority of the reasons we're working with the school, and we got pretty technical as to how many days they could take off from school on field trips to help us construct these. But I think there was some good dialogue there where there's going to be some carpenters help out and things of that nature. But we have a pretty good plan as to constructing those. Troy, they'll contact us when we get to do that fun again and drive them over to Hodges Run. And that should be, just to let you know, we're targeting the end of February, that they should, or school's targeting March 1st to get out there. So we need to target sometime by the end of February to get the material dropped off there. So that looks really good. We were looking at phasing out this project. The kids come back to school in August. And the construction 2 class will have a whole lot more time to come out and construct these. So we're shooting for the 5 facilities, the 5 huts, then summer, and then finishing them coming out and having a whole lot more time to come out and help in the fall semester, I guess they call it, for Hononegah.
So it's the total 5?
Just first phase to get into one section of, I don't know.
In the spring.
Yeah, this spring is to get those 5 completed on the northernmost
Okay.
portion of that property. On Hodges Run, so it's easier for the kids to get in there and out of there. And then in the fall, they'll work on the other side of the brick that we're laying. So it looks really good. They're excited. There's more to be picked up pretty soon. They'll alert us as to when. I think they have 4 more done. So we need to pick those up. And everything looks, rather good. The phasing of the project is probably a good idea as far as the park goes too. And I mean, we can get into this later, but if we maybe split up some of that cost to now compared to later, that's for further discussion. But here, but it was an overall good meeting, and the high schools, they're looking good, and the class enjoys it, and it should be pretty good.
If I may add, some of these barriers or obstacles came about because of the scheduling of the school and what they could actually accomplish. So breaking it into components is the best way in which to approach this at this time. And if we have 5 concrete pads in place sometime this early spring, then those students would be, once we move the material there, they would be able to anchor the side walls and then it would be reliance on getting together, and there is certainty that we will be able to get the assistance of carpenters and electricians. Carpenters to put the roofs on, the kids cannot do that, and do the electrical because the kids cannot do that as well. And the main problem is that these kids have a 50-minute class period. So the transportation here, then unloading their tools, it gives them, I don't know how many minutes to actually work on the job site. And then they have to pack up and go back to school. So that's been the problem, and why it was, all right, let's aim for 5. We may not get 5, we may get 3. And you as a board will be asked perhaps to go out for bid to finish putting in the drywall and a couple of other items, because those are things that kids just simply won't have time to do by the close of their school year in mid-August. And then next fall, when they reconvene, the schedule will be different. They're going to have back-to-back classes. They will have 2 50-minute periods of time, and it will afford them more time to work on these things. But what is unknown right now at school is how many of these students, or how many will enroll in this construction trades class, because there's approximately 20 right now, and all but 2 or 3 are graduating seniors. So we have, as I said, some barriers to work through, but nevertheless, there is the commitment to this, and kids are enthusiastic about it, and the school administration is hopeful that they will have a full class here. But those are things that are not known until they sign up a little bit later. So hence this phasing in is a realistic approach based on what they can do and what and whatever number that we have rolled out, we'll go with a business plan. We'll have an opening, and we'll have 2 openings. One this spring and then one next year. All of these things get rolled out.
They are gonna assist also, that Jason, the shop teacher, is gonna assist, and they hold these construction meetings at the high school occasionally. They're gonna reach out to some of these trade groups and see if they are willing to, and I usually go to those meetings, so we're gonna be asking for some companies to donate some time and effort to help us kind of round this out so we can get these first 5 done. So that's our first shot.
So lots of advertising.
Talk to me later.
So lots of advertising, everyone gets an opportunity, and as Mike said, the kids are just super excited to be involved in the project, not just simply because they are building something tangible, but the fact that they can drive by and say, we built this, let's go. So
That's what they really want to see. They want to get out here, and they're kind of blasé building them in the school. They want to get over to that site and see something actually in Roscoe that they put up.
anyone have any questions, Mike?
When they come over, they come over on a bus, or they don't have individually?
Yeah, that was no, it's in a bus, and that's what, and the principal was there with us, and they need to decide amongst the teachers, Jason and the principal, as to how many field trips they get. They get half-day field trips and full-day field trips. So before the end of the semester, they will get like Jason says, by a 6 to 7 hour day where they can come over and spend the entire day. And it's called a field trip. So that's when they plan to do most of their work. They said maybe you could get
2
2 for certain and a half one, and
However, if I may interject, it
Yeah.
has to be, the cutoff is a couple of weeks before finals. So
Yeah,
you're
it
looking
can't
at maybe no later than the first part of May. And that would be it.
yeah.
So we have a really compressed time frame here.
And if they could get some help while they're out there from some folks, it'll go well.
And that's the coordination of the students and the volunteers.
Yes.
So that on the field trip day, all hands on deck, so to speak, to make it
Yeah,
happen.
the more. they
Kind of
get
like a
out there.
barn
It
raising.
really is, yeah.
Everybody
There's
shows
many
up.
people that can come out there and help them. they think they'll
Should
get.
we think about parking then? Because we don't have a parking lot over there yet, where these people are gonna park. We Don't wanna over influx the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Maybe we could talk to Main Street Square or somebody and see if it, or they can walk across the bike path there. I mean, it's pretty close, but
Yeah.
I just wanna see 50 cars and
no, we won't.
that would really be rough for that neighborhood.
Yeah. Though I'd like to see 50 people.
It'd be nice, yes.
But-
People are more than
Great
welcome.
problem to have.
How the logistics once we find out who.
That'd be
As long as we're keeping that in the back of our head, so
Yeah.
we're not just rushing forward and not forgetting the little stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, they come over in a bus, so they'll park the bus somewhere,
Anyone
Float it
else
in
any
the bus or whatever.
whatever, yeah.
But they get
questions or
help and stuff.
ideas or volunteer? So if you have something, just shoot it to Mike, Joe, or me, and you'll be working on it. Thank you. Public comment, is there anyone?
I might report on a couple of things real quick.
Oh, yes, please.
Before we get to public comment. The Swanson Park use agreement modification is in the hands of Dennis McKinney. I got it over to Joe and to the mayor last week or 10 days ago. I talked with Joe about it. It's a revised kind of cleaning up the process of how they're going to make their payment on the use fee, how we're going to structure that, and I kind of envision we'll actually send them a bill as opposed to just waiting for the money to show up, so we have a concept of keeping it on track in the last part of the year for requesting an extension and the first part of the year to make sure we get the funds. I've suggested a significantly higher fund amount, which I'd rather not vocalize right now, but they're chewing on that. I have heard back from Dennis. He wanted to set up a time to meet later yet this week. He's identified, and he wants to talk to me before we meet. He's identified an attorney that he might be working with to review the agreement. I'm guardedly optimistic we'll have something to committee next meeting.
You mean like a copy of what you've already sent him?
Well, Joe has the red line and clean.
So you
So,
see that now? Send that out to us?
yeah, I don't
Please.
know,
have that.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Maybe just the clean one, frankly, the red line's kind of difficult to read through. So guardedly optimistic they'll continue through in the next 2 meetings, hopefully at the most. And we'll have something concrete. I know they're anxious to get going because their seasonal start come April. So that's the update on Swanson. I wanted to update on the at the end of Edith Lane. You guys know more about it, where I'm talking about than probably I do, but at Ray Ferguson's property, there's going to be a solar project there, North Pasture Solar. There was an odd piece that the solar entity was struggling with because it was their access, but it was a road that actually extended onto private property and probably shouldn't have and needed to be cleaned up. So we proposed a modification to that. The solar and Ray Ferguson have agreed to that. As of Thursday or Friday, we had a deed and dedication document that the solar company has approved, the title company has approved. I've sent my approval. I have a resolution that I'll be forwarding to you guys probably yet this week, simply acknowledging we'll take it. Basically, we're deeding to the village the piece where the road is on and dedicating it so that the natural extension of Edith just becomes a public road as opposed to being.
This is what we looked at last week, or last board meeting, we had that up there for our.
Yeah, so we're very much in the final stages of that. And so that should go smoothly. I'm hoping, and those are the 2 things I wanted to report on. I've got a half a dozen other things that Joe's got on my list of things that we're working on, but none that need to be reported on right now. Thank you.
Can you forward that to the board, that agreement? Or better have you coming from you, I think.
That's fine.
Statement?
Yeah.
Okay. And if any of you, I know we had discussed in general, what would be an acceptable rental amount? If you wish to.
Happy to talk about that after the meeting. I know
One-on-one. I was going to ask them if they wanted to send you a question or an email just to do one-on-one.
Sure.
with Attorney Green.
Personally, I would like to see these agreements before they're going out, especially if they're having amounts and stuff in them, that the boards.
Well, this one doesn't.
This doesn't, it's got a blank. I've suggested in a side document number, and I've said it is a suggestion that is not final. And the agreement is,
Did it go to them now?
the letter did, yes.
Yeah, so I would like to
With the
see
number
those.
in it.
Yeah,
I personally would like to see those before they go out to constituents or businesses. Or entities of the village. I think that's only proper that we review that before those things go out.
okay. Noted.
Thank you.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on, public comment. Anyone wishing to make public comment? Yes, Dan.
I know most of you here, Joe Giacone from East Half House. Question on the sticker prices going up for your amusement and vending. Are you separating it? Because I know you currently have vending, gaming, amusements all under one label right now. And I know your max is $250 in that home rule. But are you gonna separate it towards $250 a sticker for the slot machines? And a lower price for the gaming and amusement? Or is it $250 flat rate across the board?
Just for the slot machines.
Just for the slot machine?
Right.
It's currently split up in our ordinance. So all we're changing is the one section that involves the gaming machines.
Good. Thank you.
Any other public comment? All right, no need of executive session. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 6:58.
Same balance, wants a break.